Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just contemplating the meaning of life. And thinking about video games. Okay, that was a lie. I was only thinking about video games. Especially the video games that are coming out in September. I mean, have you seen the amount of video games that come out every month? Because I have, this recent month. Not only the AAA titles bring out like 7 or 8 games, but the indie developers bring out a whole lot of games. Which is very interesting because the indie development scene is actually growing a lot and the games are getting really good. I actually have a bit too many games to show, so I'll have to make multiple lists. And I'm just going to show you them. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on the other side. At number 8 of my list, I have Bioshock D Collection. This will include all 3 of the games. This will include all the single-player DLCs, including the PlayStation 3 exclusive DLC. And this will also include a HD graphic boost of Part 1 and Part 2, which, well, they don't really necessarily need, but it's always nice to have an HD boost. The only problem is that they don't add the multiplayer DLCs, which, well, for some people is a problem, but for me personally, all I want to do is harvest little girls. Yep, harvest little girls.
Census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Of my list, I have ReCore. This game will be released on September 13th. As most people might remember, it was announced last year at E3, but it was originally meant to be an Xbox One exclusive, but they changed it to also add the PC. The concept of the game is you are one of the very first brave volunteers named Jewel Adams, who is being sent to the Far Eden colony to help them out. But something goes wrong, and you wake out of cryosleep in a bloody desert with only robots. And your job is to save mankind with help of robot dogs while fighting other robots. That's literally all I can get out of the story. They haven't released or announced enough of this game, so you're gonna have to play it or watch reviews or Twitch or whatever to see how the game is. But on the plus side, there's one thing, and that's they have doggies. Doggies! And that might actually twist the scales of the love of the game in favor of I might try out the game. On number 6 of my list, I have Ian's Eyes, which is coming out on the very 1st of September. In this game, you play as North, Ian's guide dog, because Ian is blind. Therefore, you play as Ian's Eyes. Your goal is to get Ian outside of the school building, which I wouldn't mind if my dog actually did that. But then again, Ian's day is a lot worse than my very first school day. Ian is an 8-year-old boy that's going to the school for the very first time of his life. His entire school is filled with people that can see, but Ian is blind. But something goes wrong on the very first day. What? You'll have to find out yourself. Everyone in the school building turns into white-eyed zombies. And your goal, as Ian's dog North, is to get him out of the school building, which is not an easy task because the entire school building is closed and everything is riddled with zombies. You need to use your senses and your skills as North to get Ian out. Will you succeed or won't you? You'll have to try it out yourself. On number 5 of my list, I have The Uncertain Episode 1, The Last Quiet Day, coming out on the 22nd of September. So, I'll give you the big scoop about this game. You play in a dystopian future where the entire human race has been extinct because, shocker, we killed each other. Then the robots are pretty much the only living beings and they've taken over the world. Well, not taken over, there's not really much to take over. But these robots are living in a perfect society where they live in harmony because there's no anger, there's no hate, everything's good. but then everything changed. No, nothing really changed. You play as a robot in that future who is very curious about human life back in the day. And that's pretty much the game. You explore what the humans thought of art, what they thought of certain objects, and it's a very interesting puzzle game. I'm really curious to how it actually will play out, because I personally haven't played it, and this could be a very interesting game to try out. I like the perspective on how robots would assume human life was like back in the day, or how humans are in their eyes. I like the entire perspective part of this game. For number 4 of my list, I have Albino Lullaby Episode 3. Seeming there was an Episode 1 and a 2, it must mean the game is at least pretty decent. I've seen some gameplay trailers and some in-game footage of the previous parts and part 3 on YouTube, and I must say the game looks very trippy, as in acid trippy, because the game looks kinda nuts. It's a horror game without the jump scares, which, thank to God, I hate jump scares. I love them, but I hate them. I really do love to hate them. But it would be nice to actually play a horror game where I do not have to get spooked, because getting spooked's, spooky. But this game, I like the art style, I like the way they add the horror in the game. It's with you the entire game. The game is well made, it's well produced, the comments and everything is very good for this game, so I myself would try it out. On number 3 of my list, I have Burly Men at Sea. This is a game coming out on the 29th of September. And in this game you play 3 characters, Steadybeard, Hastybeard and Bravebeard, who are Scandinavian Vikings something, at least big ass motherfuckers who have skipped leg day because they have very skimpy little legs. But in this game you go on an adventure and you get a lot of choices you can make in these adventures, which change your entire middle game. The ending and the beginning of every game is the same, but the middle game differs from what choices you make. You can have 4 different middle games, which actually gives this game a lot of replay value, because the middle parts of the game are completely different. What I also love about this game is the use of minimalistic graphics, which makes this game very pretty and not filled to the brim with colors and patterns and everything. This is just a very clean game, like an old children's book from when you were very young, that your parents read to you before bedtime. It really does feel like that, with the stories and the artwork. I definitely recommend this game. I'm 100% gonna buy this game. Number 2 of my list, I have a game which I do not completely understand yet, but I'll have to play it myself to actually understand it. This game puts you on a desolate planet which has been, post-apocalyptic, blah blah blah. Everyone's gone, but no one knows how they're gone and what happened. And you, through the story and through lingering ghosts, so to speak, you can actually figure out what is happening in the game, which has a story of betrayal, conspiracy and madness. So I'm a bit interested in the story. I must say I am not too fond of these graphics. It doesn't look very shiny or special in any way. It just looks like a existing engine has been used. And I don't really think I enjoy the entire theme or feel of the game as it looks right now. But I am very curious to the story on what happened, how they all disappeared. The entire crew of that planet called Ankira has been disappeared, and I am curious on how that happened, so I might just play it to figure that out. But the game itself, the graphics don't seem too interesting, the gameplay, so I won't give a recommendation for this game, but I'll try it out myself, and maybe right after that I can give a recommendation, but first I'll have to check it out myself. And on number 1 of my list, I have Dispatcher Revoke. This is a game created by the same company that made Dispatcher, which is pretty much Alien Isolation. You know, with the alien from Alien vs. Predator or from the movie Alien. Where you pretty much need to escape from the alien through a space station. It really has a lot of similarities, but it is a horror game with some puzzles and some crafting combined in it, and as per usual with horror games, it has a certain of atmosphere around the space station. It's very isolate, it's very solo, you have to do it on your own, you need to survive and escape from these monsters from everywhere. And the graphics look nice. I really dig the graphics. They haven't really shown you much. I mean, I've tried to find videos, but I definitely could not find videos of the gameplay, except for a couple of puzzles and stuff. So I can't really say how it's gonna be, but I have seen a couple of videos of Dispatcher from the original one, and that actually looks kind of cool and rather scary. So I assume that this is gonna be a decent game. At least if you're fond of horror shock themes, this will be a game for you. If not, then probably not for you. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. It really helps. And leave a comment down in the section below on what you want to see next, or any other comments you want to place. Again, thanks for watching. See ya. On number 5 of my list, I have a game I forgot the title to. For all the haters out there, I don't care about my bald head. It's what's inside that matters. That's a huge lie. I actually miss my hair. I used to have such beautiful hair. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the... Thank you for watching if you enjoyed the... Thank you for watching if you enjoyed the... Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time on Dragon Ball Z.